You and me, everything that we've been through has made us strong. You won't believe we've had our gray, but somewhere there's a light inside of us. It shows the way. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you, don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high. I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight. The world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke in the mirrors, our memories now the sun has come down. Like a river rising way up above. This ain't no sugar. I'll stay in bed, I still got the feeling that you're next to me. Stuck in my head when lights go off. You're everything that I could ever want. Your touch so soft. Not looking for no heaven or gold, 'cause I got you, don't wanna show us off, but you're my all that I need. Trying to sugarcoat, but I'm flying so high. I don't even know if I'm coming down. You rock my boat when you hold me so tight. The world just disappears in front of my eyes. I'm telling you why, this ain't no madness. The smoke in the mirrors, our memories now the sun has come down. Like a river rising way up above. This ain't no sugar.
You're a rebel, getting into trouble. You are kinda like a fire, like a fire, like a fire. Unpredictable, so original. You are never backing down, backing down, backing down. That's what I like about you. So dangerous, I get this rush when I'm with you. I go all in to lose or win. Build things up to knock 'em down. It's the way we keep our high, moving like a hurricane. There will come a time for when we can wash away your sins, settle down, but until then, we're like a hurricane. You're so different, kind of ignorant. You don't care what people say, people say, people say. I'm going crazy for you, baby. Don't know how you're making me feel this way. What can I say? That's what I like about you. So dangerous.
Live from Nashville, Tennessee, it's Shawn Ide Studios Sessions. We're sessions. Yeah, I don't have an announcer, guys. But I do have a plaid shirt, so that's cool. So what's up, guys? So far, I see we got Nacho in the house and Brent. Nacho is going. He told me earlier that he is working tonight, so he can't be a part of the live show. So we're going to talk about him, so he has to watch the replay. How about that? I told him I'd talk about him about 20 minutes in, so, well, there it is, man. But yeah, so what's up, guys? What do you guys want to talk about? We had an amazing day in Nashville. We've had flash floods for the last couple weeks. We've had torrential downpours, record-breaking rain, all kinds of stuff, guys. So it has been wet and nasty for about 3 weeks. My son broke his arm last week, so that was the thing. My daughter was throwing up on Monday. I had a sore throat. Crazy. So we got everything Tech 87 is in the house. He wants to know how I'm liking the Paradanafi, like on a scale from 1 to 10. That is a tricky question. If it came to a foldable, portable, light drone that shoots 4K and HDR and can point up, it's a 10. If it compares to my, on a windy day like today, where it can't fly, I'd say it rates at about a 2. But on every other day, the only downside of the Paradanafi is that it's super light, so it really can't handle itself in the wind. But in every other situation, it's my favorite fold-up drone. I love my DJI Mavic Air 2. I think the DJI Mavic Air is probably the best drone that DJI has come out with. It's not the most versatile. Well, I'd say it's the most versatile. It's not the best, for video. It's not necessarily the best for, wind capabilities and all that kind of stuff. But as far as a drone that was priced correctly, that had all the features that I wanted, DJI Mavic Air is my favorite. Brett Newman says my video feed is smooth. Smooth like Sunday morning. Yeah, I like smooth. My coffee's smooth tonight. Check it. Okay? I've got, what do I have? Arabica. I've got Arabica bean. And I've got French vanilla. Got a little aspartame in there. So, we're a little lit tonight. So, everything Tech 87. Welcome to the channel, by the way. I don't know that... is this your first live feed? Shawn Ide Studios Sessions? Welcome. I hope I answered your question. Love the channel. Keep up the great work. Yeah, that's the one thing that holds me back in getting the Anafi. I would have to say... really windy days are kind of stupid to fly anyway, because it's a risk that you're taking. A good gust of wind can either rip your blade off or, I have a video that I was going to show tonight that I'm not going to show you because I didn't get it ready in time. But I wrecked my Q500. And it's because I was doing the experiment that I told you guys I was going to do, where I put the 9-meter selfie stick on it. And I ended up trying it sideways, and when I took off, the whole drone just started flying this way. And then it kind of did a flip, and then ran this way. And if my tripod hadn't been in front of me, actually it was my light stand. If my light stand hadn't been in front of me, it would have taken me out. So it was one of those videos, and I look kind of stupid in the video, so I didn't end up making it. But I might show it in the bloopers and things that I've learned. But part of what I do is experimentation. So, but all that to say, um, I do love the Parrot Anafi. I love the robotic capabilities of it, where um, I can do flight plan. Flight plan has been my favorite thing. Flying drones, period. I loved it when it came out on my original Parrot Bebop, like 4 or 5 years ago. It was my favorite thing. Then Litchi came out with a way to do waypoints for their for DJI drones. But if you use Litchi, you'd void your warranty and all that kind of stuff. So whenever a company puts out software that goes with it, that is where I'm all about. Because and I think it's because I'm in software development. If you guys don't know, I'm a UX engineer is my title now. But I was a UX designer for the last 2 years at a healthcare company, and so I designed the software, designed the workflows that the developers build into this application we're building. So, with that said, on a day-to-day basis, I think about what the user's going through. Like, what, if you put a button on a page, why are you putting that button there? And is there a better way to do it? Little stuff like that. And I think the way Parrot handles, for one, their Parrot customer support's great, at least in my books, and I just love it when companies, put out products and they care about the users that are using them. They're not just out to make money. And I say that because I've been doing a lot of videos about the DJI Osmo Pocket lately, and it's the more and more I play with it, the more and more I realize that it's just a money pit the DJI just put out there. They put out a half-baked product, and are dependent on. I mean, there's third parties making better accessories than they made for their own product. I think Polar Pro is knocking it out of the park. If you saw my last video. So anyway, I get to rambling. So everybody, welcome Everything Tech 87. I see Brent said hello. And if you guys, Tech, if you would, subscribe to everybody in here, and everybody else subscribe to Tech, so we can start building this community of YouTube greatness. That's what we're going to do, guys. I want to build a community that we support each other, that we're nice to each other. We're not the internet bullies that put bad comments on everybody's videos, even though they don't even have videos on their channel. So, not that I'm talking about anybody specific. I just get that a lot. I get a whole bunch of negativity and all these suggestions of how I'm doing things wrong, and then I go to their channel and they don't even have. They got like one video up of, them riding a bike or something. So I watched a lot of videos. I just subbed though. Ooh, got a new subscriber, guys. I like to hear that. That's awesome. So Brent Newman says, Shawn Ide blooper reel will get lots of hits. All right, guys. I am going to make a blooper roll when I hit 4,000 subscribers. That's what we're going to do. So where are we at with subscribers right now? We are at, I had this up, but then I closed it. So, all right, guys, see if you can see this. 3,482. Wow, that's bright. See if I can get that. All right, that is not happening. That was horrible. If I put it back here, you can't read it at all. There's nothing there. There are numbers there. Let's see if I can. There we go. There, 3,482. So I'm kind of watching that. I'm hoping that I hit 3,500 tonight. That's the goal. It's a pretty lofty goal, but I'm hoping that happens. Got the Parrot. So Tech has the Parrot Bebop 2. I just don't know if it's a big enough upgrade. What do I think? Okay, so we're going to talk Parrot Bebop 2 to the Parrot Anafi. So Parrot Bebop 2 um, is, it doesn't have a gimbal, but it has, in my opinion, one of the most amazing digital stabilization capabilities of any drone that I've had. Okay, and the reason I say that is the reason I purchased the original DJ Parrot Bebop is because I saw this video from this guy in England, and he was flying it, and he had a GoPro on his chest, and then he also showed video of coming from the drone, and he was doing it, at the same time, and that drone was like, what? It was going crazy, right? But that footage was rock solid, and so that's when I bought it, and um, I flew my DJI or my Parrot Bebop all over Nashville, and I think that's an amazing drone. The only thing, it feels fragile. All the Parrot drones feel fragile, but like I said in one of my videos, if flying a kite is fragile. There's people that get on kites with lawnmower engines on the back of them and fly all the way around a mountain, with nothing but a piece of nylon fabric holding them up. So drones are, I think it's okay for a drone to be fragile as long as you don't crash it into anything. So with that said, it doesn't have, none of them have very good sensors on the outside of them, but as long as you're safe and careful when you're flying them, sensors don't matter. And a lot of times the sensors get in your way if you come close to a tree and you're trying to get a shot, and then all of a sudden your drone flies, or like a June bug. I had a June bug fly in front of my Mavic Pro one time, and my drone just stopped. It was like, woof, and it like freaked out, and I thought I did something wrong. But when I went back and watched the footage, there's a big bug that just flew right in front of my drone. But so I am really rambling tonight. So the coffee is good. That's all I'm saying, guys. So we're talking Parrot Bebop 2 and Parrot Anafi. So Parrot Bebop 2, what they did differently is they made it a little bit bigger, and they made the battery last longer. And then instead of the camera pointing straight out, now the camera points down at an angle, which makes 360 panoramas a little less extravagant. Because with the original Parrot Bebop, I was able to take a full 360 picture, and then when they pointed the Bebop 2 down, I couldn't get a full 360 picture because it's basically a 180-degree sphere pointing down a little bit. But then it basically takes a 4K 180-degree sphere, and then the digital stabilization pulls a HD crop out of that. Okay, so usable video out of the Parrot Bebop 2 is only at 1080p. Okay, usable video out of the Parrot Anafi is 4K. So you already have a camera that's twice as good. Okay. Parrot Bebop 2 does not have HDR capabilities, but HDR in a drone, from what I've tested out, is kind of weird. Like the colors are just weird to me, and maybe I don't have an HDR screen to watch them on. But if you're not satisfied with the video you take, then Parrot Anafi, compared to the Parrot Bebop 2, I think the functionalities are mostly the same. All of the apps that are on the Parrot Anafi have been brought over from the Parrot Bebop 2, so which is great, which I think is wonderful. I hate DJI Mavic Pro I had for a long time, and then they came out with a Spark, and then about a year into the Spark, they added sphere mode, but they didn't put it on the Mavic Pro. I don't know if it's there or not. I sold my Mavic Pro a long time ago. But what I love about Parrot is they will, they take all the knowledge that they've already they already have, and they'll just add to it. Whereas DJI kind of segments their knowledge. Some drones can do this, some drones can do that. If you want to do everything, buy all of our drones, kind of mentality. I'm biased toward the Mavic 2 Pro, although the Mavic 2 Zoom is good for the zoom functionality, especially if you're primarily a video shooter. Yep, I love the zoom capabilities on my Paradanafi, and I don't have the DJI Mavic 2 Pro or the 2 Zoom, but yeah, the zoom capabilities are great. 1-inch sensor is nice on the Mavic 2 Pro, but I have a 1-inch sensor on my big, unique Typhoon H Plus. Everything tech. I clicked the bell icon too. I'm looking forward to seeing more of your videos. Video requests. Paradanafi versus the DJI Mavic Air. You got it. Actually, I'm in the works of one. But it's one of those where the Paradanafi wins because you can point up. I'm also a 360 shooter, so. But Paradanafi flies, or sorry, the DJI Mavic Air flies faster than the Parrot's about half the speed. But if you're a video shooter, speed is not necessarily important unless you want to get somewhere quick or you've spent most of your battery and all you want to do is haul drone back to home. Bertram Photography. I actually sold my Mavic Air and kept my Anafi because of the camera, which is the most important factor for what I needed. So Bertram, the Paradanafi has a great camera on it. To me, it's really fragile. Like I'm afraid that my fat fingers are gonna break it. Even I've stopped using the lens cover on my Paradanafi because I'm afraid to touch the camera. Because you have to hold the camera and then put it on, and then you have to pull it off. And every time I pull it off, I'm like, am I gonna rip this camera off this drone? I have like bull in a china shop mentality there. Brett Newman, HDR in drone is usually inferior to bracketing on your own shots and merging them together. I agree with that. At least that's my experience with the DJI birds. Brent, I don't know how HDR works on a sensor. I don't know if it's actually taking 3 videos at the same time and then blending them, or if the dynamic range is just so good that you don't need to take 3 different shots. I took HDR videos, like I've been taking HDR pictures for about 20 years, and when I started doing it, I was the guy that like oversaturated everything and then like bumped up the sharpness, and like my HDR videos back in the day looked weird. But I completely understand the bracketing comment, and I'm not sure what goes on there actually as far as video. Maybe I'll figure that out and I'll do a video on what HDR video really means, because that's something I'd like to learn and figure out. Because I've got just about everything I have now has HDR video capabilities, like my Insta360 1X, and so I'd like to check that out. And I am going really slow tonight, guys. Okay. Brett Newman. Oh, Bertram Photography. Pretty much the same with the Anafi. The HDR just isn't all that great. Yeah, I really don't think HDR video is for me yet. Especially with drone videography, it's a struggle because it really depends on what you're pointing at. Half the time you're pointing at the ground. If you're pointing at the horizon, you're getting the sky and the ground, which I think is the only time that it really matters. But when I was taking HDR video, when I'd point at the ground, all of my grass was like this yellowy, kind of jaundice looking. So And I never really spent the time. I just did kind of one test video, and that test video kind of made me want to throw up. So that's about the last of the HDR I did. But people were requesting, what the HDR video looked like, so I did a comparison video. And so anyway, and the Paradenough is my favorite drone to do comparison videos with because of flight plan. I can create a flight plan, and then I can just change video modes and just run the exact same plan. So I can put side by side video flown by the same drone, like minutes apart, and I can put the drone in the exact same spot. So for a YouTuber and a tester, like an experimenter, that is my favorite thing about the Paradenough is that flight plan. Something else I'm going to do is my son's really getting me into TikTok, which is kind of, I don't know, it's just another social outlet for me to be creative on. But one of the videos I want to do is I want to do follow me mode. Follow me mode on the Paradenoff is really brilliant as well. Cameraman is one of my favorite functions, and it's kind of like what the DJI Osmo should do, like follow me while I'm talking. Paradenoff just, no matter where I go, it'll just kind of point at me, and I mean, I love it. Okay. Everything Tech 87. Should I get an Anafi? Coming from a person who already has a Bebop 2 power. If you already have a Parrot Bebop 2 power, then maybe the Parrot Anafi is not the best drone for you. It is fold up. It's really tiny. Parrot Anafi is about the size of my mug. Okay. And if you're used to flying the Parrot Bebop 2, then you understand kind of the way they fly and kind of the fragility of them. So you already know how to fly without crashing them. But I mean, I have a Unique, I have a DJI, and I have a Parrot, and I like them all for different reasons. So if I already had a Parrot Bebop 2, I would, and so the Parrot Bebop 2 power already has flight plan in it, right? But the Parrot Bebop 2 only shoots HD, right? So if you don't care about 4K, then maybe the Parrot Bebop 2 is good enough for you. And if you want 4K capabilities, and you're going to spend, $400 or $500, you can probably find a DJI Mavic Air at this point, and then you'd have best of both worlds. Bertram Photography says, go for it. Hard to find anything better in the price range. I agree with that. I think for the price range, it's great. DJI Mavic Air, is it a couple years old or is it just a year old? It feels like it's so old because they've come out with so many drones since then. But yeah, I will say everything. My Paradenoff crashed, and they sent me another one. So their customer support is really, really good, and that's without buying some extra DJI refresh. Like it was just the way that Parrot treats their customers. You don't have to buy an extra plan if you're going to take a risk. So, all right, I'll definitely have to link into it. Look, XD. Okay, gotcha. If you want to buy a Paradenoff, it'd be awesome if you bought it through my idea board. I hate saying that. I probably shouldn't say stuff like that. You can buy it wherever you want to, but on my idea board, there is kind of like a Fly More package right now. That's a pretty good deal, I think. Same with me on the lens cap, the Anafi. I actually got a nice lens cover, gimbal cover. Oh, cool. Dirty J Designs. I like that name, Dirty J. Got me riding dirty. Everything tech still $600 is a hefty price. Yeah. Yeah. $600 is a big is a lot for. Um, what are you gonna? So everything tech. What do you want to do with your drones? Like, do you just fly them for fun, or do you actually make money using them, or um, because if it's just a toy to hang out and play with, if you already have the Bebop 2, then just get a, 4K is important to you, then do that. But like I run their YouTube channel, so it's important for me to get really good video for you guys. Um, but yeah, your tools and your toys. It really comes down to what you want to do with them. Don't worry if I get one. I'll buy through your idea board. Sweet. That's all I care about. Just money. Just kidding. I don't care about money, but I appreciate that. Um, Bertram Photography. Just wish those battery prices would come down. Yes, the battery prices are hefty, um, but if you think about like the drone, like the battery is probably like 50% of what you're paying for is that battery. Um, because the only other part is the little motors and the anyway. Brett Newman. I bet Bertram. I bet you can find the batteries somewhere for cheap. Maybe eBay um, or just do like I did and talk to customer support and crash the drone while you're talking to them, and then keep the battery and send them the drone, and they'll send you a whole new drone with another battery in it. So that's how I got two batteries. No, I don't want to tell you guys to do that, but that's my story. That's how I got it. Um, DJI only has HDR photo, no HDR video. So Brent, I would say that's might be a better version of HDR. HDR video is kind of bleh. Um, Bertram never shoots HDR on the Anafi. Maybe the Mavic 2 Pro does have an HDR video mode. I really think the HDR video is still in the works. I don't think it's I don't think it's there yet. I think it's gimmick. Um, so looking in the Geo 4 app, okay, Brett Newman. So looking on the Go 4 DJI Go 4 app on the Mavic 2 Pro, there's a HLG video color setting that some say is HDR like. HLG. So is that it's a Hasselblad, right? So is that Hasselblad log? I feel like that's more of like a log, but I mean I'm just saying things. I don't know. But every company has like their own little log version, and they're all called something different, but they all kind of do the same thing. It's like um, high dynamic range, but like the saturation's not there, so you can saturate it yourself. And a lot of times it's a little soft, so you can harden it yourself. All right, everything tech. Currently using the Bebop to take housing photos, videos, but the picture isn't good enough. So tech, are you doing like realty? Like you're taking pictures for realtors to sell houses? Or are you doing like inspections where you're like looking at the roof to look for damage and stuff like that? Um, autocorrect isn't helping me. I got to tell you guys, I get some pretty funny videos, or I get some pretty funny comments on my videos because of autocorrect. And it's like sometimes they don't even come across as very good. They don't even make sense. So I usually like make a joke, and then that kind of lightens the mood. I try to make jokes just about every comment that's on my channel because I get negative comments, I get rude comments, I get like kind of inappropriate comments, and so I try to kill them with kindness. and usually they come back and they're like, "Oh, that's cool." Like there was this one guy that was, um, I don't remember what his comment really was about, but it was one of those comments that I was like, "Why would you say that?" Oh, it was something about me, that DJI Osmo Pocket backpack strap video. He was like, "Well, why would you do a video in a shopping mall?" Like, and he started like going on like kind of a comment raid. And so I went to his YouTube channel and I saw that he was like fighting depression. So um, I didn't want to, be rude. And so I just wanted to encourage him to, on his journey fighting depression. And, I could have been, just as mean to him as he was about me. And he's probably like from another country, and, he wants excellence, and he couldn't understand why I was just talking to the camera and I wasn't, spending 8 hours editing my videos and stuff like that. But anyway, um, reviewing, playing, and more RPM. Welcome. Welcome to the live feed. I don't know that I've seen you in here before. If I have, I'm sorry. But I'm 42 and I don't have a very good memory. But welcome to the channel. Everybody say hey to reviewing, playing, and more RPM. That's so hard to say really fast. I'm going to call you RPM. But so something we like to do in here is we like to subscribe to each other, and yeah. So everybody check out Reviewing, Playing, and More RPM's channel at another time and subscribe to him. And yeah. Something else that we can do, check these things out, guys. So we can add emojis to each other. Wait. So I can tell you guys that I love your sunglasses. Isn't that fun? I was looking down there. I was like, we've got the super chat option, where you can support my channel with super chat. But then there's this other little part where you can like, yay! I'm a cowboy. I'm an angel. So I thought that was pretty funny. It's been a while. It's cool. I'm 55 and have the same memory issues. Man, I used to be so, like, my memory used to be so on point. And it's still kind of on point for, like, like long-term memory. Like, there's things that I remember from my childhood that, like, things that I won't think about for 30 years. And all of a sudden, it's like I was sitting there and I remember all that stuff. And then there's someone will tell me their name and I forgot it in like 5 minutes. So memory is a weird thing, and I kind of understand like whenever people have like Alzheimer's or they kind of lose their mind when they're old, like why they go back to childhood memories. It's because those memories are like etched in. They're like the Pac-Man map on the arcade, where if you turn that thing off, the map's still there because those electrons have been moving in the same. They've burned a path on that screen. So I think that's kind of funny. I mean, Alzheimer's not funny, but all right, I want to get off that subject. So I told you guys that I was going to show you a video. So I'm going to take this time to show you guys a video, and I don't know which one I will show, because I made the same video and I made it in 720 and I made it in 1080. And I feel like the 720 will do better over live stream, and then on the replay the 1080 will do better. But in this week, whenever I finally put the video together for real, you guys can watch it in beautiful 4K. Okay, but I wanted to give you guys a sneak peek of the video that I'm working on from my drone video extravaganza with my unique Typhoon H Plus today. It's been pouring down rain for months. It's been winter and cold and moist, and so I have not been able to fly in a long time. And it was nice out, and I was smart enough to ask Alexa what the weather was going to be like before I left the house. So I got to throw my big old Unique Typhoon H Plus in the car, and sure enough, today at lunch it was probably perfect out. It was like 62 ish degrees. There was a nice breeze. The sun was out. I probably got a sunburn. You guys, I'm a little flushed. Um, so I'm gonna read RPM's comment, and then we're gonna go into the video. I've honestly had memory issues since my 20s. Not sure why. Also had trouble remembering names really bad at all. There's a lot of people that I talk to that I don't even try to remember their name. I'm like, hey you over there, you, that guy. There's people, yeah, there's probably people in my life that I don't know their name. And if they're watching this, they're probably going to test me next time I see them. But I think we're going to play the 720 video, okay? And I might talk through it just because I'm really trying to get the pan. I'm trying to learn how to use the pan, and I haven't had the drone long enough with enough good days to actually get my head around the panning functionality. So the panning on the Unique Typhoon H Plus. So if you guys aren't familiar with the drone, it's a hexacopter, and kind of like the Inspire, the landing gear will come up, and so the drone's up here, and then the camera hangs down underneath, and the camera underneath can spin around in 360 degrees infinitely. Okay, it can just continue to rotate, whereas the Inspire, it can go in, I don't know if it can go completely 360 degrees, but when I was controlling the camera on Ken Heron's Inspire, I went all the way to one point, and then I had to turn completely around to get the shot, and it was like, and Ken was flying the drone, and I was controlling the camera, and it was like, whoa. So we're going to play this video, and so there's one shot where it's kind of dizzying a little bit. I shot it in 60 frames per second, so whenever I do the final video, I'm going to slow it down to 30 frames per second, so it's going to be about half the speed that I'm going to show you tonight, but I wanted to just throw the video together, put some music on it so I could get it ready for this live feed tonight. But I just want to play it for you guys, and I just want you guys to know that I'm flying in one direction and then I'm panning, and then there's one spot towards the end where I got my pan just right, so I'm following this car. I set the drone just in one spot, and then the panning is all done from the camera, so I don't even have to move the drone. It's my favorite part about the drone. So here you go, guys. We're gonna do it. We're gonna try 1080, and you guys tell me in the chat if it's breaking up for you guys, okay? So this is at the ballpark, a place that I love to fly. All right, guys, what'd you think? I was chatting with RPM on here. There was a lot of stutter, different spots, and I really think that had to do with my computer doing a lot because it played smoothly earlier. Um, but you know, I'm running a live feed. I'm also watching a live feed, and I'm playing a video all at the same time. so um, so yeah. So something else I told you guys that I would do is that I told you guys that I would talk about Nacho. Nacho couldn't make it tonight. He was at the beginning, but I told you guys I was going to talk about Nacho, and I don't really have anything really to say about you, Nacho. So I know Nacho's going to go through and kind of comb through this video and see what we talk about. But I wanted to show off his video. I played his video a couple weeks ago. Um, but before I show you Nacho's video, I just wanted to let you guys know that on the video I just played for you, um, there were several parts where I just turned the pan on and I just flew in one path. And the thing that I love about the Unique Typhoon H Plus is, for one, it's got a big 1-inch sensor. It's got a beautiful camera on it. Like that video right there, that grass, the detail in the grass drives me crazy. Every time I use the Unique Typhoon H Plus, I'm like, what? It's so good. The video is so good. Um, Especially when I play it back on my TV. Like my computer, I've got a 5K monitor and it looks good on here, but man, it looks really good in my living room. But um, but I just wanted to show you guys with that. All right, see you, RPM. Um, Appreciate you hanging out and hope to see you again, man. Uh, I'm gonna check out your channel after this and see what's going on with your channel. And um, what's RPM stand for? Is it role playing? Okay, he's probably gone. But the video, like the panning of the video, is my favorite part because it's a whole lot easier to just fly in one direction. Or like most of that footage, I was just flying in a straight line, and I was using the pan functionality to get more um, cinematic type shots. And in that video, my favorite part is when you're going over the bleachers and the snack bar and the trees. And because of the time that I took the video, there's like really harsh shadows on the ground, and it's kind of pointing down, and the shadows, you can see like the parallax of the shadows and the trees. So I think that's really cool. So we are nearing 8 o'clock, and I think we only have about 3 people in here now. So what we're going to do is we are going to play Nacho's video because I told you I would, and then we're gonna sign out, guys. But I really appreciate everybody coming in and hanging out. We've had such a good chat tonight, and it sounds like I said shat. I did not say shat, even though I just did twice. We've had a great chat tonight. Now, even when I say chat, it sounds like I say shat. Okay, so here's Nacho's video. I just thought I'd play it again because I can, and it's still in my OBS. Such a cool video, guys. Come on. I would love to have something like this to fly around. There's me and Nacho over there laying out. So I believe this was done with his DJI Mavic Pro. I believe that's the drone he has. Really good footage. Still a great drone, guys. You can get a DJI Mavic Pro for about $800 now. Such a good drone. This video is kind of shuddering too. There it goes. There's the money shot right there. See that little tidal wave coming in, coming out? I bet that place stinks. I bet it smells really bad. Alright guys, here it is. Such a cool shot. I really like that shot. I think this is the Insta361. Boom. Tiny Planet outro. Pretty sweet, guys. So, told you we'd talk about Nacho, and I don't really have anything bad to say about the guy, so showed some of his brilliantness. So, hope you guys have a wonderful night. Thanks for hanging out. Yeah. We're going to do this every Wednesday night. So if you missed us tonight, if you're watching us on the replay, check us out next Wednesday. And yeah, have a wonderful night, guys. Peace out.